Noble Truths are 4 lessons that the Buddha taught in his teachings. Buddha discovered these truths when he was meditating under the Bodhi tree. The 4 Noble Truths are the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, the truth of the end of suffering, and the truth of the path that leads to the end of suffering. These 4 truths tell us how humans suffer, why they suffer, and how to prevent it. The first noble truth is the truth of suffering. Buddha saw 3 types of suffering on his journey outside his palace. He saw old age, sickness, and death. However, Buddha believes that the problem of pain and suffering is much deeper than that. He believes humans suffer due to their cravings and desires. When we are able to fill or complete our desires, we are only satisfied for a period of time. Soon we will want more, and then we are dissatisfied and unpleased. The next noble truth is the truth of the cause of suffering. Desire is the cause of suffering. Desire comes in 3 forms: greed, ignorance, and hatred. People can suffer because of not being able to accept change or because they are attached to their possessions, but the roots of suffering are these 3 things. Greed is often represented by a rooster, ignorance is usually shown as a pig, and hatred is often shown as a snake. Greed is a strong desire for something. You think if you achieve your goal, you'll be complete and satisfied. However, because of greed, if you achieve your goal, you will no longer be satisfied and you'll have another goal. It will be an endless loop of goals and desires. Hatred is a strong dislike or bitterness towards someone or something. When you have hate towards someone, you create problems in the world because of yourself. Ignorance is when people have beliefs and desires to protect themselves and raise them higher than others. Ignorance is what causes hate and greed. You can stop ignorance by having knowledge and wisdom. These 3 forms can be called the 3 poisons or the 3 roots of evil. If we get attached to our desires and thoughts, we will suffer. Because when we get attached, we will be disappointed that we are not able to fulfill it. This is the truth of the cause of suffering. The 3rd noble truth is the truth of the end of suffering. Buddha taught that the way to stop cravings and desires and end suffering is to free yourself from getting attached. If you free yourself from getting attached and free yourself from the 3 poisons, you'll achieve nirvana. Achieving nirvana means reaching enlightenment. Nirvana is a state in your mind with spiritual happiness and no negative emotions. If you achieve nirvana, you will have sympathy for all living things. The 4th and last noble truth is the path that leads to the end of suffering. If you follow the eightfold path, you will no longer suffer. You will reach the end of suffering. This path is also called the middle way. You can achieve the end of suffering by following the middle path in any order. The 8 stages in the eightfold path are right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Right understanding is understanding and accepting things around you and life's problems, sufferings, and happiness. Right thought is having right opinions and thoughts that are morally correct. Right speech is avoiding lying, verbal bullying, and gossiping. Right action is not stealing from others and killing any living beings. Right livelihood is to be honest, fair, and not to cheat or lie. Right effort is to use your energies and mind to refrain from evil and wrong thoughts. Right mindfulness is focusing and being aware of the present and not daydreaming. Right concentration is concentrating your mind on the moment, not the past or the future. If you follow these 8 stages in the eightfold path, it teaches wisdom, mental disciple, and ethical conduct. You will reach the end of suffering and attachment if you follow this path.